Let's welcome them. So yeah, it's pleasure to have you here, Mr. Manan and Mr. Sandeep. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for your valuable time as well. Could you please greet our audience first, share a bit about your web experience, and then we discuss in more detail about the project.
Thanks for inviting me here. So, guys, we are basically a Bitcoin-backed DAO, which is capitalizing on the strength of yield generation around Bitcoin. And so, since it unfolds from 2015 onwards, uh, uh, the crypto assets are primarily attracted because of the yield generation, whether it is staking, whether it's liquidity providing, and so on. So our side of yield generation is primarily looking at generating yield using multiple trading strategies across multiple risk portfolios and generating returns. And that is the fundamental of MindWaveDAO. So it started from that. Now we started going to the other institutions using our own layer 2, which is called MindChain, which is fully reinsured by Lloyd's of London markets. So that's our USP. And any project which is going to onboard into our ecosystems, that they are uh, uh, primarily reinsured by the Lloyd's market for any kind of risk associated with the cyber hacks, attacks, or execution risk and so on.
All right, thank you so much for such a great introduction, giving our audience just about the project. It's good to hear about it. Other than this, let's start with the basics. So, to kick things off, Mr. Manon, could you paint us with the core real world problem that inspired the team to build a multi-vertical, decentralized ecosystem instead of addressing these areas separately?
Okay, so number one, most of the digital assets right now, when we are moving into the strategies or uh, uh, you know uh, putting digital assets into work to generate returns, most of the people are looking at, even institutional funds are looking at holding it for long. In our case, what we are looking at is how can we multiply bitcoins of the users, and at the same time any uh, any token holders, governance token of MindWaveDAO, which is NILA token, any token holders who are holding this, they are actually being part of this multiplying Bitcoin effect. So the token holdings which they have inside this DAO platform, which is primarily for governance token and loyalty programs, they are actually increasing the value by multiplying the Bitcoin in the backend by the Bitcoin fund.
All
So
right,
even
thank
if
you. Yeah.
with $1, they are becoming part of this multiplying Bitcoin strategy.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for providing that answer. Thanks for that background. And other than this, move on to the another question, Mr. Menon. Let's dig into the Bitcoin-based yield idea. I think you just mentioned about it. So, how exactly does the Bitcoin-generated yield function as the financial backbone for MindWaveDAO? Please walk us through where the yield comes from and how it's captured and how it distributed across the AdTech, insurance stack, or climate verticals. Yeah.
So lovely. That's a very interesting question, and most of our stakeholders ask the same question for them to clarify. So what we do is let's call it like we have 100 bitcoins in our in our fund. So 70% of the Bitcoin, which is 70 Bitcoins, we are putting into three different strategies. Majority of them goes into writing covered calls and covered puts on Bitcoin-based futures. Second, the remaining 30% is split between another second strategy, which we are very much working on, is negative gamma strategy, and the third one being volatility trading on the Bitcoin but between multiple exchanges. So this is like sort of like a zero risk or a close to zero risk kind of a strategies between these three.
Yeah, got it. Give me like 2 minutes, Mr. Manon.
Sure.
All right, yeah. Thank you so much for waiting, Mr. Manon. Thank you so much for that answer, by the way. That's a solid explanation. And yeah, people, if you want to know more about the project, do check it out their white paper or their website. You will get a comprehensive understanding of their work, which is very important to like know about the project in more detailed way. And yeah, thanks once again, Mr. Manon, for giving our community a like a clear view of how values like circulated. So it's good to know about it. Other than this, Mr. Manon, I'm like we got to know that NILA is described not just a utility token, but as an economic and governance substrate for the community listening today. Could you answer like what does that truly mean, and what makes NILA different from regular utility tokens?
Sure. So when we are talking about utility token, we are just talking about something like a loyalty program. So it is not underlying with any kind of assets. So here, what we are trying to do. So by the way, just for the viewers, uh, it's already started trading. We launched our network was launched April 15th, 2025. It's close to like 6 months now, and pretty much we have gone through a good ride. It is also there available in CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko for you to track the history. It is trading in one centralized exchange and two decentralized exchanges, and with a decent volume as of now. Now, for example, the difference between the typical utility tokens, which is not backed with any kind of asset, in our case, is actually having the beneficial rights of the fund which is performing and working on multiplying Bitcoin. So that's a major difference. So you can take it like a fixed income product.
All right, wonderful explanation. Thank you so much for clarifying on that. That really clarifies like why NILA is designed to be like more foundational than a typical token. And it's great to see like how governance or many utility all merge together to power the entire ecosystem. Also, people to buy the token from CoinGecko, from other exchanges as well. It's your golden opportunity to be the part of this incredible project. And let me remind you, it's a wonderful chance or a golden opportunity to all of you to buy the token at lower price at this moment. Later on, it's going to like boom. So yeah, to buy the token and support this incredible ecosystem. Okay, so now, Mr. Manon, let's move into AdTech, because traditional Web3 advertising suffer from fraud, low accuracy, wasted budget, and almost no user ownership, right? So tell us, like, how does the Wave Plus model transform this experience for advertisers, and like what make it superior to typical Web2 and like Web2 platforms rather? Yeah.
Okay, so we all understand that last year, Telegram launched their network called Ton, and multiple engagement platforms, including the major ones to be referred as Notcoin, Hamster Compact, and so on. So there are multiple projects implemented the engagement model. So we have created a mini Telegram app that will be the front end of this, where it is connecting back to our layer 2 and converting these engagements into NILA tokens, where the advertisers are paying for the engagements. Basically, from a company's point of view, we are just the media for users to get their real true value of Web3 on their engagements from the advertise through NILA, NILA platform or MindWaveDAO platform.
Yeah, got it. That's really compiling. Thank you so much for breaking that down for our audience. And yeah, good to know that the Web3 Wave Plus like sounds like a major upgrade in both efficiency and like honesty way. So it's good to hear about it. Other than this, Mr. Manon, could you also answer like like user data is one of the biggest debate of our digital era specifically. Wave Plus enable targeted advertising, but also promises ethical practice and privacy. So the big question is like, how is user data protected while still enabling smart and effective targeting inside Wave Plus?
Okay, so what's going to happen is this is an engagement-based platform. So any Telegram network or Telegram user who is using this mini app can be part of this engagement platform, and they can actually do the tap to earn model to accrue credits. And with that credits, they can convert that into a stablecoin or a NILA, a stablecoin via NILA, or it can convert to NILA with certain restrictions on the the selling and trading aspect. But at the same time, from the fund they generate using the tap to earn, they are in a position of using that fund to contribute to the United Nations SDG goals. So the application also covers around 17 UN SDG goals where they can contribute their fund to support that. At the same time, they can also convert into USDT and withdraw to their back into their wallet, and that can be treated as a compensation for their engagements. So the privacy and security aspect comes in because it's moving through the mind chain, which is our layer 2, which is fully reinsured by the insurance aspect from Lloyd's market.
All right, that beautifully explained, Mr. Manon. Also, listener, you can check it out or explore the mini app on Telegram. And I'm like, it's simply a earning platform. So you simply need to like tap it and earn the tokens or the point, and then you will convert it into the other stable or the need a token, as Mr. Manon explained. So yeah, it's your like a good chance to earn something from this incredible platform. So please do so, guys. Other than this, if you have more questions regarding this, don't worry. You can comment down below, or you can like reach out to them, or their community manager, or their lead member will definitely going to like help you out anytime. So please do so, guys. Okay. Other than this, moving to like insurance tax side, Ms. Manon, like insurance is the traditional. Like insurance in the traditional world is slow, or could say often frustrating. Inside MindWave DAO, could you answer like can user customize their coverage? Like how exactly our claim proceed by smart contracts?
So basically, what happens is, right, uh, insurance is always a safety net for most of the traditional businesses, and especially financial insurance comes as considered as highest risk, but at the same time, that gives institutions to be comfortable to be part of this Web3 journey. So that's a kind of a comfort we are providing. So what we are doing is we have a reinsurance network of Lloyd's of London syndicates who are actually supporting us on different types of risk involved in the insurance in terms of digital assets. For example, the first risk being cyber attacks and hacks. So that's a typical, challenge which most of the Web3 companies having. When the ecosystems have more assets, they are all prone to have these, external attacks or internal attacks for that matter. So the cyber risk insurances typically give coverage and comfort to the company or the ecosystem. In turn, the investors are pretty much protected with that. Second, if the project or the ecosystems are backed with real world assets, like we are onboarding and we are in advanced discussion with a couple of other projects, which includes real world assets like uh, real estate or commodities and so on. So in that case, there is actually a value which is certified by the charter or the surveyors or a third party independent valuer, and based on that value, reinsurance also come and cover credit default insurance for these projects. So, for example, it's the real estate project. We all know that that real estate property is $1 million value. So typically, the insurance can cover $1 million worth of that value. Then when we bring into mind chain and do a fractionalization of on these assets, basically we are guaranteeing the investors the value equivalent to the real world assets. So that's a second aspect of it. Third, if you are a company and you want to launch your own network and tokens, you can come to MindChain and we will be able to help you to launch. But at the same time, we will be able to give you some sort of insurance coverage for the projects after verifying and validating by our actuaries and underwriters to make sure that the project is legitimate, the people behind are legitimate, and it is, it's what they're going to do what they are proposing in the white papers on the documentation. So that automatically brings back credibility to the project.
Wow, that's really awesome, and that sounds game changer. Thank you so much for explaining that. That's really sound user focus and commendable. I'm like kudos to the team behind the project. You guys are like awesome. Other than this, I'm like by your presentation so far, and also I like check it out the white paper or other docs of the platform. So we got to know that like MindWaveDAO touches so many industry from like advertising to insurance to like AI and sustainability. So I'm curious to know, Mr. Manan, like where do you see the strongest incoming demand right now? Like in terms of retail users or DAO institutions or exchanges?
Okay, so what's happening right now is one side we are generating yield and we are being, the profit is split from the yield generation strategies to the token holders. That's one. Second, this token is also acting as a governance token and also paying for the transaction fees and the gas on mine chain. And we already onboarded two verticals. One is ClimateTech, second is AdTech, Wave Plus, and the project related to ClimateTech is called Aqua. It is also working very closely with the climate action projects from United Nations and converting, instead of carbon credits, we are converting green credits from the nature-based assets. So that's the second aspect of the project, which is onboarding. And we are expecting to launch our mine chain by Q1 2026. And that will be probably the world's first fully insured blockchain, reinsured by Lloyd's Market. So that's the kind of positioning we are having right now. And this will be very comfortable for any institutions to come in and start bringing their projects into this platform.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for explaining on that. That's a great perspective. And actually, to be honest, it's interesting to hear like how different segment are showing interest at different level, and this definitely gives the community a strong sense of where the early momentum is coming from. So yeah, good to hear about it. Other than this, AI governance tool often become centralized and controlled by a few entities, right? Or like it may take lack of transparency. So could you answer like how will you ensure transparent ownership and decentralized access to AI-driven insights?
So in terms of the AI governance aspect, it is coming from where the typical predictive modeling and forecasting is incorporated into our AI strategy. That helps and help the stakeholders and the investors to be comfortable with this aspect.
All right, yeah, got it. Thanks for like clarifying on that. Other than this, could you also answer, like climate tech and sustainability investment of often feel out of reach for retail investors. So, inside MindWave DAO, can regular user participate in sustainability investment, or is this ecosystem primarily like aimed at institutions?
So yes, if you want to be part of this journey on the climate action project, either you can actually work with NGOs and the foundations which is focusing on this aspect, or or come and join the journey with MindWave DAO by subscribing and being part of the NILA. So that way you're automatically contributing to the sustainability journey of the ESG projects and climate tech projects. At the same time, we would like to also highlight that, since our project is very attracted towards institutions, we also want to be, creating our own credibility around the institutions. So we started working on merging with a US public company, and fingers crossed, will be probably part of a public company anytime soon. And yes, that will be the next big wave for us. So that will give us credibility for the institutions to come in and be part of us.
Wonderful. That would be the big milestone for the community and for the project as well. So yeah, guys, do follow all the social channels of the MindWave DAO, and you will get further update regarding this particular thing on their social channels. Other than this, I have another follow-up question for you, Mr. Malan. You just said that the user need to subscribe, right? So what do you mean by subscribe? I'm like subscribe, like they need to pay some fees or something like that.
No, they're just buying the tokens, so that automatically they are enrolled into this project.
All right, yeah, got it, got it. So yeah, people buy the token, and you will be the exclusive community member of the project. Okay. Other than this, Mr. Menon, I have last question for you before wrapping up this incredible Q&A session, because I think we have covered a lot of the thing today. So for the people listening right now who want to get involved early, how can like early adapter or contributor or the community member benefit the most from a NILA ecosystem at this stage?
So the first thing you can do is directly go and visit mindwavedao.com, our website. So you have the useful links and the link tree there. You can actually be part of all the social channels, right? So that's the best way to get updates on our projects. And since we are going through the journey of being public, of being acquired by a public company, so that's also going to give you a much more credibility that the due diligence part has already been done by credible regulators. So that's the second aspect of it. Third, since Bitcoin yield generation is our core business, and we have seen that since January this year, uh, many public companies moved their digital asset, their treasury strategies to digital assets. So that became like a trend. So more than 200 companies right now is actually working on setting up more than 200 public companies, whether it's NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange, and so on. They already set up their digital assets as part of their treasury strategy. So we are acting as a service provider to help them to set up the digital asset treasuries. At the same time, our unique USP is going to be converting these digital asset treasuries into yield generating for their treasury to generate monthly benefits on that. So that's something which we bring into the table. And it is all long-term contract, and we share the management fee and the carry on whatever returns generated by the treasury. So that's additional revenue, the real money coming into the project too. So part of that is been, parted away with the token holders.
That's really awesome, and we all are very excited to see where future hold for this incredible projects. And thank you so much for sharing all this insight, Mr. Menon. And now I have last question for you. I think I just said I have last
One
question.
more question.
By your presentation, I just want to ask you more and more questions regarding
Please
the
do.
project. Yeah, thank you so much. So could you also answer is there's any educational video available in your platform so that our new user or the new crypto enthusiasts could learn from that particular sources?
Yes, our community has a lot of information contents available, right? Anything specific, if you are not clear and if you want it, please post it in the community. Our community managers are more than happy to help you with the contents accordingly.
All right, beautiful. Thank you so much for that answer. And yeah, people, please don't hesitate if you have more questions regarding the project. Do check it out their documentation, and beside that, you can definitely reach out to their community manager or other lead member. They will definitely going to guide you or help you out anytime. And I think we have covered most of the detail about the project so far, Mr. Manan. So it's time to wrapping up. First of all,
Thank
thank
you.
you so much for your valuable time and for such a great insight about the MindWave DAO. That was so awesome. And yeah, also listener, do follow all the social channels and one more thing, if you missed this session, any part of the session, don't worry, this is already recorded, so you can replay it later on. And yeah, let's just be the part of the project and buy the token right now. And as we're wrapping up, Mr. Manan, do you want to say something to our community as like wrap statement?
Okay, so it's still early for our project. This is the right time to get in. So, as everyone say, the timing is very important for any kind of project success. So this is the right time before such great things are going to happen, before our layer 2 launch, before our merger, and all these aspects, which is coming along the way. So it's up to, so please, join by subscribing to NILA, or being part of MindWaveDAO ecosystems.
All right, beautiful. Thank you once again, Mr. Manon. And yeah, people, be the early bird of the project, okay? And that's it. We'll see you next time. And all the very best from our side, Mr. Manon. We'll see you next time. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. All the very best. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Have a great day.